This is Cassandra Williamson. How are you doing? Let me see if I can get a different microphone on. Do I have them with me? I don't think I do. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to try to keep this on my microphone on the phone. Hopefully, you can hear me. So I am sitting on Highway 119 right now. Um, let's see, at the Bent Branch and Phelps exit to 194 between Pikeville and Meta, Kentucky. Yep, that's where I am right now. I'm going a little bit early today because I'm headed back home right now, so I don't know if I'll be able to make it in time for the program to start at 1 o'clock. So if you're going to watch, I appreciate it. This is it. There's been a lot of things happening around here. Uh, well, let me see. Around here, family's well, family's doing well, and my brother went to a place called he calls it going to the creek. That means Brushy Creek, for those of you who don't know. But that's what he was doing. He went to the creek yesterday and picked up a bunch of lumber, some sawmill lumber, because that's what he's using on the side of his house to kind of finish it out. Stuff. It's sawmill lumber that and it looks really good. It's very rustic looking, but it wears him out. I mean, it just absolutely runs him down. He's had migraine headaches, breathing problems, and just absolutely worn out doing stuff like that. But he feels like he's got to do it anyway. So I'm going to get out and kind of show you where I am in relation to my car and this sign that's right here beside me. Hopefully, I can get a few people to come on and watch the stream, but just see what happens. I'm going to step outside the car, okay? Oh, here we go. So I'm going to turn the camera around. You can see right here, that's where I am. You can't really see a whole heck of a lot, can you? I'm going to turn the camera around. I got to get my microphone to turn, camera to turn. I mean, not my microphone, camera. Triple back camera. Okay, so here we go. So here we are. It's beautiful here, really. It really is. So there's a lot of traffic on this road, 119 between Pikeville, which is that direction, and going over here, that would be towards Belfry and Hardy, Kentucky. And this is 194. See where I am? Right there. It's Bent Branch and Phelps exit. It's a half a mile there just barely where there's a white truck up there on the road turning. Well, it's gone now. But that little exit goes toward Bent Branch and Phelps. So here I am, like I said, at the 194 exit for Bent Branch and Phelps. It's a half a mile in front of me. Meta, Kentucky is over that way, down through there. And I mean, it's a really, really a beautiful place. I decided to pull off and do this show from here because, you know, I didn't know if I'd make it back in time to be able to do it by 1 o'clock. So here we are. So looking at a rock face. I'm trying to get out of the sun a little bit. This is, I mean, hey, who wants to look at the rock face? It's not too bad. The car said it was 86 degrees, but over here in the shade, it's a little bit cooler. I think it's really pretty here. You know, it's just like, it's surprisingly pretty. It's actually stunning. And I never would have said that when I was growing up. I mean, it's just no way. No way. And so here we are. So what we want to talk about today? Well, a lot of things going on out there in the world. I'm starting to see a lot of things from that preacher by the name of Webbon, something like that, Webbon. Man, that guy needs some help. I'm going to tell you. He's going around saying that not only should women not serve in combat, but they shouldn't serve in the military at all. They shouldn't serve in Congress. They should not be doing anything in the public arena. They should be at home. And that's what he preaches that stuff and he believes it. And that's becoming the mainstream Christian nationalist stuff these days. And I don't understand how we got here. How do we let these people do that to us? Come on. Come on, we've got to start got to start pushing back on this. We can't allow this kind of, I mean, they can do what they want. This is a free country. You can believe what you want. But my gosh, there's a point where we just get tired of it being shoved down our throat. And this is a horse from over here. Horse barns and stuff. I mean, it's, yeah. I know there's a name for it, but I don't know what that is over there. There's a name for this particular little ranch, I think. It might be at somebody's house. So, anyway, here we are. And I am just moseying around out here in the 86-degree weather. Just saying hi to everybody. I mean, it is pretty here. I mean, I love the clouds and the trees and the rocks and all of it. I mean, it's just pretty. So, anyway, that's one thing I wanted to talk about was that Pastor whatever his name is, Weebon, Webbon, that guy is an absolute nut. We've got to push back against that stuff. And then you've got Doug Wilson, he's just as bad. But I mean, they're entitled to believe what they want. This is a free country. You have the right for religious expression. I mean, your religions are protected. But here's the big thing. We've let it go too far. We've let it go too far. Because right now it is taking over everything as if that were the single sole most important thing out there in the world. And you can't, I mean, everything, get offended at every little thing. I mean, anything. I mean, if you see a sign somewhere that's off in the distance and it happens to be a trans pride flag maybe or something, you get all upset and go, oh, it's my religious freedom. I can't do that kind of stuff. Oh, no, we're going to take you to court over that. That's what we're seeing right now. People have become just crazy. So we got to stop it. And I don't know how. We got to push back on it. That's the biggest thing. You got to push back and point out just how ludicrous these things are. And right now we have a court system that is actually siding with all of these crazies. So we've got to do something. We've got to do something really quickly because they are pushing on everything in the world. And then there was this letter sent out from the Office of Management and Budget, and it was addressed as a carrier letter. It's kind of like an informational letter that's being sent out to all of their different offices and branches and stuff. If you received the email this morning, I think it was out this morning. I don't know. I kind of tied a bunch of it up. Yeah, big truck going by. Another big truck going by. It's on Highway 119 for you, if you don't know, but Highway 119, about a half a mile from Road 194. Ben Branch Phelps, half a mile in front of me, up there where you see that big truck going now. But anyway, so this carrier letter that came out from the Office of Management and Budget, that letter says that federal employees will not be able to receive any kind of gender-affirming care regardless of age. And it was just a few months ago when they put out one that said, oh, we're just going to protect the kids. We're going to protect the kids. We got to protect the kids from gender-affirming care. Well, and they mean every bit of it, hormones, all of it, except for psychological care. They said you can do that, but we're going to include in there faith-based care too. And I'm going to tell you, faith-based care, no. That's conversion therapy, and that stuff does not work, period. Period. Never. It's never worked. It's caused more harm than good. You cannot force someone to renege on who they are, how they identify, and who they love. You can't do it. I mean, just think of it. Alan Turing. Anybody know who Alan Turing is? Alan Turing is a computer scientist and a genius, actually, who broke the Enigma code during World War II, the German Enigma code. He's the one who enabled us to be able to see what they were doing so that we could win the war. He was that instrumental in winning the war. But in the 50s, somebody discovered that he was gay. So they put him in a mental health institution and conducted electroshock therapy on him, thinking that would clear it out. No, it never works. It never works. They destroyed a man, putting him in a mental health institution, a sanitarium, simply because he was gay. Now, look, I'm not gay, but I am trans. I'm going to tell you something. We've got the biggest target on our backs of anybody around right now. Anybody around. Everything this administration is doing targets trans Americans. And it's like they can't get us out of their head. Every word that comes out on the news every day, they're always railing against trans people. I mean, I think they have a fetish over us or something. They just can't get us. They must be thinking of us all the time. So they're targeting these people, these trans people, and they're going after it even at the UN. Any kind of proposals or legislation or anything like that, any resolutions made out of the UN, if it's got the word gender in it, gender identity, DEI, transgender, anything like that, even though it may be a good piece or a good proposal, the U.S. is telling them, no, we will not sign that until you get rid of those words. That's how stupid these people are right now, and how much they are going after trans people, not just here, but around the whole world. Around the whole world. I don't get it. What is the problem? There is no problem. We just want to live and let live. And yeah, I have to rail about it. I've got to talk about it. I've got to get people engaged in this kind of stuff. I've got to get them thinking and seeing and observing what's going on. It's just everywhere, everywhere, all the time, 24/7. Trans people are being assaulted, and not assaulted physically. Well, some of them are, especially trans people of color. They're the ones who get the most physical assaults against them than any other group of trans people in the world. But, you know, it just gets under my skin as to why we allow this stuff to continue. And people are saying it's religious freedom and all of that kind of stuff. It's not religious freedom. It's just because you hate people. And you can't tell me it's Christian love either. It's just Christian love. I love the sinner, but not the sin. No, that's a load of crap. That's a load of crap. That is just hiding behind something that you don't even know anything about. Phew. Yeah, it pisses me off. Oh, good Lord. Oh my gosh. And I had some guy on one of my little X escapades not too long ago trying to argue with me about trans people are it's a new thing and all that kind of stuff. It's something new that just came out in the last 20, 30 years, maybe something like that. And we've seen an increase in that. No, you've seen an increase in it because we're able to communicate more broadly now. We can hear and see things around the world better than we did, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago. But we've been around forever. In the Bible, they were called eunuchs. Matthew chapter 19, Jesus even talks about them. And he says, some are made this way, some are born that way. And for that person who can understand this, good for them. That's me paraphrasing it slightly. In other words, he was saying there's some people who just aren't going to get it. They've got the shades pulled down over their eyes. But we've been around. What do you think that many of the eunuchs were intersex people? If some of them were born that way, that's fine. They had ambiguous genitalia, stuff like that. But there are people who were made that way, either by their own hand or under the direction of some government authority. Those eunuchs were always in positions of authority, positions of respect, every time you see them in any other culture around the world, except here. That's just, that's the truth of the matter. They were revered all the way back to the Assyrians, before all of the Bible stuff, long before all of it, thousands of years before anything to do with Judaism at all. The Assyrians had trans people, that's the name we use now for Okay, so yeah, good. I'm back. Let me see what's going on with my messages here. I got all kinds of messages. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Shut up on my computer. On my phone, I mean. On the car, I mean. So, anyway, what we have is a culture that has decided. Let me just turn this back on me now. I want to tell you, it was nice out there. It's like 86 degrees outside, and I'm at the Ben Branch Phelps exit about a half mile in front of me, and going toward Belfry, toward Hardy, Kentucky. I'm going back over there. But I need to pull off the road to go ahead and address some of these things here where I am right now and talk about some stuff so that I don't miss my show at 1 o'clock. But anyway, I just want to say thank you for watching. I know that I get carried away on a lot of stuff. I'm going to say some things that some people who are in the community that I am in are going to disagree with. Actually, they're going to so disagree with it that they would expel me from being even considered as part of the community, which I don't care. I really don't care. I really don't care if they do. So here's what I'm going to tell you. The world is not black and white. The world and all the political stuff and all the religious stuff and every bit about it, there is no such thing as a black and white world, folks. There's no yes, no. There's no good, bad. There's no ugly and pretty. There's no binary in anything, not even in your biology. Why do you think you don't look like the person standing next to you? Oh, well, they don't look like that. Yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah. That difference that you see on the external part also applies to everything internal to you as well. There are people born who don't have their hearts on the same side as you. Very few. There are people who have 11 fingers and not 10. There are people who are born with arms misplaced on their body. There are people born conjoined to a twin. There's people born with cleft lip and cleft palate. And you know how that's made? I'm going to just point this out to you real quick. There are 20 genes where it only takes 6, a combination of any 6 of those 20 to make a cleft palate or a cleft lip. And depending on which one of those 20 comprise that 6, that gives you the severity of the cleft. That's genes, folks. But it's more than that. It's not just genes, it's everything about humanity, everything about being a human being. There is no such thing as binary. For the most part, there is. For the most part, let me see if I can turn my speaker to the car. In the street.